In the murky realm of shadows, a soul destined for dark has emerged. Born into a life consumed by murder, his existence was a unending saga of bloodshed and unstoppable force that terrorized all in its path. The relentless pursuit of death defined him, and the world could not curb his insatiable thirst for violence. Then the inevitable judgment came, and he was sentenced to the ultimate fate, the death penalty. That rather than succumbing to fear, the human welcomed his demise with gratitude. In the blink of an eye, he found himself thrust into the reincarnation world of sign, greeted by the goddess who presided over this mysterious realm, apologizing for the haste that she delved into the purpose of its revolution. This realm offered a rare chance for redemption, a new life in a fantastical world of swords and magic. The goddess promised him an attractive appearance, wealth, power, and the prospect of wanting monsters of a form in his own harem. However, the man, seemingly unfazed, questioned the goddess's knowledge of his past. She admitted awareness of his murderous crimes, but what unfolded next surprised even her. Contrary to expectations, the once notorious killer renounced his former self. He had come to the profound realization that the act of murder was abhorrent, an unacceptable transgression against morality and self control. Stripped of his own humanity, he lamented his past actions, yearning for an end that eluded him, yet unable to take his own life. The goddess, torn between skepticism and hope, acknowledged the rarity of a mother embracing remorse. She cautioned about the challenges of leading a normal life in the new world, predicting the inevitability of regret. Then spotted without warning. The man found himself in a realm where adventurers faced monstrous foes in dungeons, joined by a party of skilled individuals, including an adept swordsman, a protective shield bearer, a versatile magician, and a knowledgeable tracker. They delved into the depths of the Kaneki. As they progressed, a sense of unease gripped the magician, suggesting a return to the surface. The shield bearer, however, intrigued by a mystery, urged exploration. In a surprising turn, the protagonist revealed his unique ability to see stats, a power bestowed upon reincarnated individuals. His proficiency in predicting victories against formidable foes led to a shocking revelation: his ulterior motive. Without warning, he betrayed his comrades, inflicting brutal deaths upon them, revealing a motive rooted in boredom and a desire for chaos. Crossing the soul so evil, the tracker he assessed her stats, deeming a no threat. Yet, as the narrative took an unexpected turn, the supposedly weak survivor unleashed a formidable adversary and a class monster. Physical attacks proved futile against this colossal golem, leaving the protagonist baffled. In a climatic moment, the tracker exposed the true identity as a fellow reincarnator on the goddess's side. 12 reincarnated individuals, once heroes, had evolved into malevolent beings, committing atrocities across the realm. The goddess tasked the protagonist with mediating these fallen heroes to restore true peace. While the attacker, now reveling in her vengeance, relentlessly attacked the protagonist. The goddess observed with mixed emotions. Redemption, she believed, required suffering. Yet she grappled with the consequences of bestowing immense power upon the reincarnated ones, their origins leading to corruption. The goddess, torn between her duties and most, contemplated the path she had set in motion, realizing that true redemption demanded a steep price, the demise of those she had empowered. In the shadow of a mission that required the demise of 11 more heroes, Ueshuki found herself grappling with the aftermath of Uga's demise. A cascade of flashbacks surged through her mind as she awoke from a deep sleep, gazing at her palms, the echoes of her recent actions resonating within her. Reflecting on the successful execution of Voga's murder, Shuki acknowledged the intricate planning that had preceded the event. Joining Uga's team had been a challenge given their vast differences in stats, combat experience, and levels. And yet, exploiting the rank monster and Uga's negligence had proven effective. Shuki realized that facing Uga head on would likely have resulted in her demise. The discovery that even reincarnates with cheating skills could be eliminated was a game changer. With 11 more targets on her list, Shuki meticulously planned her next moves. Taking off, she visited an orphanage where the warmth of the children's embraces greeted her. Freo, a friend's sister, welcomed Shuki and suggested she stay the night. Grateful for Shuki's return, Freo highlighted the impact of this Shuki brought from her expedition, providing significant aid to the orphanage. Despite the offense joy, Freo expressed against concern for Shuki's perilous adventures. The precarious nature of an adventurer's life, coupled with Shuki's willingness to put herself on the line, troubled Freo. Aware of the financial strain on the orphanage, Shuki implored Freo to that a contribute, desiring to reciprocate the support Freo had offered in Shuki's times of need. Meanwhile, the kingdom, At the headquarters of the Reincarnated Yamazaki, your boss displayed his ruthlessness, mission a subordinate for a failed task. Yamazaki, a powerful figure involved in legal and illegal activities, controlled the underworld of Assyria, the capital of the world empire. Despite his formidable persona, Yamazaki expressed reluctance toward unnecessary killings, using his competence cheat hostility detection to discern true threats. Snack at the orphanage, the children urged Shuki to sing, but the later were prompted you to encourage them to sleep. Fro, grateful for Shuki's contributions, acknowledged that the life of an adventurer entailed risks. Despite the kid's oppression, Shuki had to move forward, driven by the financial needs of the orphanage. So after a heartwarming day with the children, Shuki and Freo engaged in a conversation in the kitchen. Shuki, feeling guilty for not doing more, was issued by Freo that her mere presence brought joy. Also recognized that Shuki's remorse over her past and expressed genuine care for her well-being. In another part of the kingdom at Yamazaki's headquarters, tensions rose as the gangster targeted his next victim. Through, as Yamazaki and his men advanced toward the orphanage, a crowd gathered, some individuals expressing their fear of the notorious gang. A brave woman, fueled by personal tragedy, confronted Yamazaki, hurling a stone at him. Yamazaki's response showcased his complex character. Instead of retaliating violently, he compensated the woman for her father's death, revealing a rare glimpse of benevolence. However, his intentions took a sinister turn as he declared his intent to kill the woman's mother, using it as a warning to their challenges to his authority. Back at the orphanage, Normalcio prevailed as Shuki prepared to leave for another dungeon exploration. The children resisted her departure, but Frio, worried about Shuki's safety, implored her to return and leave. They, being their payment, raised their concerns, especially with Yamazaki's menacing presence. Yamazaki's demand for full payment escalated into a brutal confrontation. With Frey unable to meet the debt, Yamazaki resorted to physical violence. In a shocking turn of events, Shuki intervened only to be struck down by Yamazaki. The children's cries filled the air as Yamazaki, displeased by the noise, decided to exploit Fryo as an alternate form of payment. No self-sacrifice added further harm to Shuki, but the cost was her own dignity. The Shuki passed out from Yamazaki's blow. Fro was abducted by the gang, leaving the children in distress. Shuki torn between her vow not to kill and the injustice unfolding, promised the children she would bring Fro back. When the narrative unfolds with a mix of intrigue, morality, and impending danger, setting the stage for Shuki's complex journey of redemption and resistance against formidable adversaries. In the gravest of circumstances, the decision was made to Hoijuki's instructions. Meanwhile, it appeared that Fro had fallen into the clutches of the antagonist, now awaiting her fate as a new pleasure slave. The trainer, seemingly thrilled at the prospect of having a nun on the team, eagerly anticipated witnessing her capabilities. There were discussions about Fro's predicament toward Yamazaki's mind lingered on Shuki's earlier remark branding him as troublesome. This statement perplexed him as strength had always been his defining trait. Though he dismissed it as possibly meaningless, he heightened security measures, utilizing his cheat skill to detect malice and thwart surprise attacks. Shuki, aware of Yamazaki's formidable abilities, strategies to exploit her unique power, hostility detection. Unlike other reincarnated abilities, this skill allowed Yamazaki to sense impending threats, making him virtually impervious to surprise attacks. Kuroshuki acknowledged its utility but remained fixed on her mission to eliminate those who had committed wrongdoing. In a twist of events, a fire erupted at the headquarters, diverting Yamazaki's attention. Suspecting Shuki's involvement, he gave chase, confident in his ability to prevail. As they reached the dead end, Yamazaki assumed Shuki's plan was to rescue Freo. Little did he know Shuki had orchestrated an intricate plan involving Saya, a child from the orphanage. Was area unaware the true nature of her actions, carried out Shuki's instructions to shoot Yamazaki with a crossbow. Due to her innocence, Yamazaki couldn't detect her real intent. The arrow, laced with poison from an errant monster, paralyzed him within minutes. Shuki, satisfied with the success of her plan, concealed the truth from Seria to spare her from guilt. Before the Shuki insider departed, Yamazaki seized the moment to crawl away, hoping his subordinates would find him. However, Shuki reappeared with a menacing expression, determined not to let him escape. In Shuki's mind, she couldn't allow Sarah to become a murderer. Consequently, she personally ensured Yamazaki's demise, displaying a severed award in the city center. The city was left in shock at the unexpected turn of events. Simultaneously, in the royal empire, cheers erupted for Prince said, another insanity. You are aware of the darker forces at play in the town. In the clandestine world where the line between shadows and light blurs, Shuki finds herself entangled in a web of intrigue and danger. Armed with the cheat skill of infinite level, she becomes an unwitting player in a deadly game orchestrated by forces beyond her comprehension. Was the goddess watches from above. Impressed by Shuki's ability to navigate the shows with minimal information, a new mission is revealed. The goddess instructs Shuki to eliminate tomorrow internet, Acid and Mil, known as the formidable duo with the cheat skill called Great Resonance. The divine mission to eradicate the 12 reincarnates intensifies, and with two already eliminated, Shuki is determined to bring order to the chaos. Having successfully resolved the immediate threat and ensuring the safety of Shuki takes a moment to rest. The children, relieved and grateful, inquire about the fate of the villains. Freo reassures them, attributing their safe return to the power of prayers. Unbeknownst to Freo, Shuki reveals that she sought assistance from the neighborhood ladies, concealing her true role as a serial killer. As the narrative shifts to the royal palace, Vincent engages in dinner conversation with his father and Princess Yunao. The king acknowledges its pivotal role in unifying the nation and saving it from the Demon King's destruction. Set is tasked with becoming the leader of the next generation, with a stern directive to show no mercy to criminals. The princess apologizes for her father's behavior, and Sat leaves with the king's approval. In a meeting with fellow reincarnators, the news of Yamazaki's sudden death dominates this discussion. Speculations arise about the possible culprits, with concerns about the enigmatic Uga's whereabouts. Sat contemplates the involvement of powerful adventurers or remnants of the Demon King's army. The mystery deepens, leaving the Restonators on high alert. Meanwhile, Cecile and Mil armed with the cheat skill Great Resonance, plot revenge for Yamazaki's death. They concoct a deadly poison and decide to dust it on their prison on none other than daughter of the Demon King, a fellow reincarnator. The Twin Demon Towers, their stronghold, pose a formidable challenge, making them nearly invincible. Shuki prepares for her next move as she discreetly studies her targets so with Mil using a booklet to gather crucial information. Concealing her true intentions, Shuki becomes part of an adventurer group aiming to clear the Twin Demon Towers. Unbeknownst to her companions, she strategically infiltrates the team, maintaining Fakada. The narrative skillfully weaves between political intrigue, divine missions, and the impending challenge of the Twin Demon Towers. Shuki's dual identity as a serial killer and now an adventurer adds a layer of complexity to the unfolding story, keeping readers on the edge of their seats. In the pursuit of 4 to 5 prey, a sublime numerical balance is sought. Enough succeeding this optimal count gives rise to a myriad of complications. The intricacies of dealing with a larger group unfold, a laborious process of dispatching them, purging the aftermath, and managing the decaying remains. Interestingly, Seal finds out that self-entropy unexplored revelation the potential consignment of the tower to the implementation of a formidable barrier. This newfound realization transforms the structure into an ideal ensnaring ground for unsuspecting prey vital subjects for their experimental pursuits. For the conception of the Twin Demon Towers by Selena Mil, the procurement of subjects was a vexing endeavor. Each potential prey required individual pursuit, demanding extensive employment and transportation magic. For the body count on the set, recording the necessity for discretion beseech the do to eradicate outrazes of their hunts. Thus emerged the concept of the set tower, an ingenious solution to streamline the process. Where the construction of a dungeon proved to be an ingenious strategy. In attracting unwitting adventurers, it facilitated the swift execution of concealment and obliteration of all evidence in one fell swoop. Leveraging lunatic as bait further heightened the allure, drawing numerous adventurers driven by the promise of monetary reward and acclaim. As the expedition basis for entry into the dungeon, Sail and Mil prepare in tandem, orchestrating a seamless fusion of strategy and malevolence. In the dimly chambered Milancy reveled in the perverse pleasure of tormenting their captive, the failed barbarian princess. Rumors spoke of goblin sperm as a villainous insult, a degradation reserved for the lowest class of monsters. It was a means for Milancy to humiliate the demon king's daughter, hoping to see us come in agony. To their surprise, the princess remained unshaken. Kyoga's defiant and a smirk playing on her lips, she boldly declared her intent to exact revenge, promising a gruesome demise for her captors. Despite her threats, the duo found amusement in the fact that their attempts to provoke Angel had succeeded, rendering the princess powerless within her cage. Down to Mil that, regardless of their taunts or degradations, the princess was impotent without access to her magic. The realization brought a twisted sense of satisfaction, knowing that even the combined might of reincarnators would be futile against the Demon King's formidable offspring. The key lay just beyond her reach, leaving her fate sealed within the confidence of the cage. Was nightfall, the team ascended the tower, encountering an unexpected empty Nadine. Skepticism lingered, prompting caution among the group. Trusting Shuki's intuition, the team proceeded only to be startled as the door ominously shut behind them. In the silence that followed, a horde of goblins emerged, their approach signaling a formidable challenge. Shuki anticipated a momentary lapse in the goblins' vigilance, but to her surprise, they were met with a disciplined and well organized force. The team grappled with the realization that this adversary was unlike any they had faced before. Navigating through the tower's depths, the team effortlessly dispatched monsters, showcasing their prowess. And as they ascended, their eyes fell upon a lone chest, its potential danger a source of trepidation. Amid uncertainty, a member suggested opening it to unveil the risks or rewards hidden within the enigmatic dungeon. During a respite, the group turned to Shuki, their astute scout, seeking her expertise in scanning the chest for potential dangers. Though the decision to proceed or retreat hinged on Shuki's assessment, as the team braced themselves for the unknown challenges that lay ahead and engrossed in her activities. Shuki meticulously examined the dungeon surroundings. Despite the initially rough exterior, the dungeon seemed deceptively easy to conquer. Shuki, after analyzing a chest, confidently declared it to be free of traps. However, one team member sensed an unsettling aura, or as if an invitation beckoned them further into the unknown. To their dismay, a horde of monsters ambushed them, prompting panicked players for guidance from Sacred. The night, seemingly transformed into a relentless force, reveled in the thrill of battle, annihilating the creatures one after another. Yet shock gripped them when they realized all their comrades they dead. Amidst the chaos, Secret Sense announced an observer, vowing to find and eliminate this mysterious group presence, each challenge the onlooker. Unfazed, the Seal and Mimil devised a sinister plan, plotting revenge if Secret approached their covered droplets. Their panic heightened when they discovered another broken camera. Meanwhile, Sacred, breaking through the dungeon's front door, caught them off guard. Having blasted to the ceiling, Sacred confronted the duo. To their surprise, he recognized them as the Reincarnators, seemingly unfazed by the revelation. Boasted dismissed Sacred's confidence. Claiming he couldn't defeat them, Sacred acknowledged the prowess of their reincarnators who vanquished the Demon King but asserted this capability to overpower the duo, considering them mere weaklings. Meanwhile, a powerful spell seemingly enough to end Sacred, astonishingly he emerged unscathed, revealing a mysterious artifact, the Jewel of Magical Destruction. The jewel purportedly reduced magic against its wearer by 99.99%. Process skeptical attacked the Sacred, only to validate the artifact's effectiveness. Placed it on unprecedented challenge, though devised a plan, creating a magical barrier to counteract Sacred's advantage. The battle ensued, with Sacred using his sword and the duo employing wind magic. However, the combined magic overwhelmed Sacred, since he suffered loss. Sacred prepared a final strike. Mimil attempted to intervene, but Sacred remained confident in his invincibility. Undeterred, the duo wished the cheat skill Great Resonance, exponentially amplifying the magic. Sacred mesmerized that scornful vote to outshine the Reincarnators. In a climactic moment, the overhauling magical power of Cecil and Mil struck Sacred, defeating him in a stroke. In the fleeting seconds that surprised Shu, the potency of the Great Resonance exceeded what many manual had foretold. With the Sacred now out of the picture, it was Shuki's moment to unveil her skills. Once she stood on the opposite side of the room and finally recalled the one person from the Sacred team and then confirmed her fate. However, this realization proved elusive for CC given their reliance on non-functional cameras due to Sacred's interference. So Shuki suddenly appeared and declared herself as the Reincarnation Killer and initially then Father, Sil and Mill. They were confident in their ability to overcome Shuki, much like they did with Sacred no logo. When its Sacred's high-ranking anti-magic system, they deemed it insufficient. However, Shuki seemed undeterred, not displaying the deadly aura that normally accompanied such formidable opponents. Where speculations arose that Shuki might have received the earlier battle with Sekira's having gained their strength, although we can sincerely believe that even the modicum of magic was sufficient for the Great Resonance. To did Shuki a lesson, they decided to restart their ritual. Yet Shuki remained unfathering their stand, but subtly hinting at a plan to dispatch both adversaries efficiently. Shuki says in a magic tube revealed her intentions. The tuba, seemingly insignificant, didn't provoke a reaction from Silent Mill, who were confident in their defense against any magic. Shuki explained that the contents would cause a simple explosion, harmless to them. However, the revelation came too late. Ashuki had strategically planted numerous magic tubes, causing the floor to disintegrate and sending the duo plummeting. When he does, Shuki informed them they were now within the magic destruction barrier, neutralizing their magical defenses. As he lost her body reinforcement, making the severity of the situation apparent. Miura just out a distance herself from Shuki, recognizing the greater danger. Unbeknownst to Miller, another threat loomed above, the Demon King's daughter, adding a layer of complexity to the unfolding chaos. Known as Lunatic, the Demon King's daughter initiated spells. It became clear that Mil was in dire straits. Still, aware of Mil's predicament, inquired if Shuki was responsible for freeing Lunatic, though Shuki admitted to it, revealing that she needed Lunatic to eliminate the duo. Cecil, skeptical due to the magic destruction barrier supposed impregnability, questioned how Shuki had acquired this knowledge. In the goddess's realm, the unfolding events amused her. She marveled at Oki's adept use of the information in her booklet, setting the stage for four individuals now divided. The goddess contemplated the impending one-on-one battles between the great demon king's daughter, the magician with sealed magic, and the killer without a cheat skill against Lunatic. That was the characters faced off the Octave. The Archfiend's daughter, Lunatica, embodied violence and monstrous power. Milmil sought to quickly eliminate Lunatic rescue, but the strength of the Demon King daughter posed a formidable challenge. The stage was set for a clash of powers, leaving the question of who would emerge victorious in this chaotic confrontation. The Demon King's daughter relentlessly unleashed a barrage of magical attacks on Lunatica, believing she had finally overcome the formidable opponent. However, to her astonishment, Lunatica proved to be resilient and unfazed despite the intense battle. Lunatica declared that there was no need for haste, expressing her desire to savor their time together. Realizing her previous attacks had inflicted no damage, the Demon King's daughter, known as Cecil, anxiously checked on her ally, only to discover that Lunatica was alive and well, despite being imprisoned for an extended period. Lunatica reveled in her newfound strength and resolved to eliminate every resource in her path. Meanwhile, Cecil found herself in a precarious situation as she could no longer utilize basic magic. The barrier created by the Reincarnates, though potent, proved to be a double-edged sword working against them. Stripped of her arrogance, Cecil now faced the impending threat from Shuki, who eagerly anticipated making her soft. In Shuki's mind, there was no doubt that Cecil, devoid of magic, stood no chance against her. Ashuki approached Cecil, ready to inflict pain and agony. Cecil, fearing for her life, desperately inquired if Shuki was also a reincarnate. Unable to read a clear answer, Shuki's silence led it to speculate that they might share a common origin as Earthlings. Despite Cecil's plea for mercy as fellow reincarnates, Shuki remained unyielding, determined to exact revenge. But meanwhile, the conflict between Mil and Lunatica intensified. Double too much. Lunatica's physical prowess in close combat. Mil resorted to protecting herself with a resilient barrier. Lunatica acknowledged the strength of Mil's defense, but knew that the human's endurance had limits. Undeterred, Mil refused to surrender, determined to have the last laugh. Observing Mil's tenacity, Lunatica found the woman's resilience intriguing considering her species. However, Lunatica, growing weary of the prolonged struggle, decided to end it decisively. Despite Mil's magical abilities being no match for Lunatica's monstrous power, the human resorted to manipulating space in a last-ditch effort. Lunatica, when impressed, proceeded to overpower and beat Mil into submission, ending the futile resistance. In this tumultuous clash between magic and brute strength, the characters faced their own trials, and the outcome of their battles remained uncertain. In the aftermath of Lunatica's attack, Mil's attempts to harm her proved futile, as Lunatica's divine protection and the auto repair shielded from injury. Despite the apparent demise of Mil, Cecil, who was a Chuki, pleaded for her friend's life, revealing the depth of their bond. Mil, on the other hand, had left the tower with the determination not to abandon Cecil, even if it meant facing grave danger. While Lunatica reveled in Celi's suffering, Shuki intervened, preventing Lunatica from delivering a fatal blow. As Cel, weakened and battered, implored Shuki to spare Mil. In a surprising turn, Shuki declared that no one would kill Sil for the time being, leaving Lunatica amused and infuriated. However, Shuki revealed a hidden twist. Lunatica had unwittingly swallowed a magic item, a promise ring, ensuring that if Shuki were killed, the Demon King's influence would consume Lunatica's power, leading to her demise. This revelation frustrated Lunatica, who had forgotten about the promise ring in her hatred-filled quest for revenge. Despite the tension, Shuki and Lunatica reached an easy with Suki planning to use her for future endeavors. They decided to lock Cell up within the demonic Twin Towers barrier, making escape impossible. With Mimi gone, the duo had lost their cheat skill, and Shuki explained her role as the 13th Reincarnator, tasked with eliminating the other two at the goddess' behest. Shuki proposed an alliance with Lunatica to eliminate the remaining Ewoets reincarnates, Lunatica having harbored similar intentions agreed but learned of a formidable adversary, Sato, more to be stronger than the Demon King. Lunatica's determination to avenge her father clashed with the uncertainty of defeating such a powerful foe. Shuki unmet the knowledge about reincarnates, sought Lunatica's assistance as a powerful ally. Despite feeling used, Lunatica accepted the arrangements, recognizing the mutual benefit in their alliance. Once Shuki left for errands, Lunatica pondered the newfound partnership residing in Shuki's budget space in the quiet confines of the orphanage, amidst the laughter of the children. Shuki found herself lost in contemplation. She couldn't fathom when she spent Cell's life when Mil's fate hung in the balance. Images of the faces residing in Freyo's home flashed in her mind, a poignant reminder of her momentary hesitation. Before interrupted their babies, announcing an unexpected visitor. No other than Lunatica herself, despite being a demon princess, the children added her a rare positive influence in their lives. However, Shuki's irritation simmered beneath the surface at Lunatica's sudden. For that brief encounter with Freya, Lunatica speculated whether Shuki was involved with the cult of the goddess, the prevailing religion in the world impaired. This cult, led by the reincarnated Rosal, worshipped the goddess in a manner that even demons found detestable. The goddess within Shuki's mind could help but be frustrated by Shuki's recent decisions, questioning if she had lost her murderer's right. In a moment of the emotional overflow, the goddess lamented Shuki's deviation from her killing instincts, expressing regret at choosing a seemingly useless killer. However, Shuki's declaration to kill was the next brought relief to the goddess, realizing Shuki hadn't abandoned her mission. Once Shuki and Lunatica discussed their plan, Shuki inquired about Roselle. Lunatica, the Demon King's daughter, revealed that Roselle, a reincarnate, had taken over the leadership of the goddess church after the death of the previous leader. The church, existing since ancient times, garnered followers who were fanatically dedicated to the cause, with Roselle being cautious, likely surrounded herself with guards whenever she ventured outside. In this unfolding narrative, the goddess from her distant realm cheered Shuki on, assuring her unwavering support. Shuki embarked on her mission to eliminate the remaining targets. The goddess revealed in the prospect that Shuki would swiftly complete the task at hand. The duo Shuki and Lunatica delved into strategizing, preparing for the inevitable confrontation with Roselle and the goddess church. In that critical moment, Shuki found herself trapped in a predicament where attempting a direct assault would jeopardize her own survival. Forced with this dilemma, she reluctantly concluded that orchestrating an assassination during Russell's slumber presented the most viable option. The plan involved eliminating Russell while she lay defenseless in bed, ensuring a smoother execution of their mission. The mere contemplation of this strategy sent a surge of excitement coursing through Lunera's veins, fueling her anticipation to finally confront Roseville. Meanwhile, in a different part of the capsule of the Goddess Church, gathering unfolded as Rosel showcased a young girl before the assembled court. According to Rosel, the girl had lost the ability to walk due to a monster attack, an apparent stroke of misfortune. However, Rosella asserted that this adversity was in fact a trial imposed by the goddess. To discern the truth, Russell proposed seeking direct guidance from the goddess to determine if it was time to release the girl from her suffering. The ensuing ritual bathed the surroundings in a bright light, leaving everyone in awe. When the brilliance subsided, the once incapacitated girl stood upright, miraculously healed. The spectacle left the onlookers cheering and hailing Rosella as a chosen conduit of the goddess's blessings. Shuki, discreetly observing from the crowd, sought to stay abreast of the reincarnate's activities. Meanwhile, last date with the princess, Sado returned to the palace, engaging in an intimate conversation with her. As Sato tenderly touched her cheeks, he embraced her tightly, expressing gratitude for a delightful day. Bidding each other good night, Sato and the princess retired to their respective quarters. In the palace corridors, Sato and Manish Forza, or fellow reincarnate, engaged in conversation. Manish jokingly suggested that the princess clearly desired Sato's company, even volunteering to escort her himself. Sato, however, deemed such actions disrespectful to the royal family. Nevertheless, Manish persisted, revealing deeper concerns about the ongoing investigation into Reincarnate's death. Expressing frustration, he accused Sato of neglecting his duty as the first reincarnator, endangering their once enjoyable lives. Listed rather triggered an unexpected revelation of Sato's latent power, momentarily working visions of En's demise. The ones really followed the realization that he was unharmed. The unsettling experience underscored Sato's formidable capabilities. According to En, Sato's blow dust alone had induced a reaction akin to facing immediate death, solidifying the perception that Sato was a force to be reckoned with. In a stunning revelation, Sato found himself on an entirely different wavelength after realizing the gravity of his actions. Overwhelmed by annoyance, he extended a sincere apology, acknowledging that his irritation ran deeper than he knew he thought. Sato, known for his no-nonsense attitude, expressed a reluctance to waste any more time on its trivial matters. His proposition was clear. They should head to Dode's church and seek assistance from Roselle. Now was confident that Roselle's unique abilities, particularly her speech, would prove invaluable in unmasking the cult. Despite En's newfound fear for his life, he readily agreed to Sato's plan, revealing that he had come to the palace with a similar suggestion. Roselle, with her undisclosed array of abilities, held a key advantage in the situation, particularly her precognition skill. The narrative then shifted back to the Goddess Church, where the aftermath of Roselle's miracle act had resulted in a gradual increase in followers. Victorious Roselle urged everyone to present themselves grandly. Meanwhile, Chuki, plotting in the background, decided to tell Roselle to her sleeping quarters, intending to execute a plan in collaboration with Lunatica. However, Roselle abruptly vanished from Chuki's side, immobilizing her with Chukiness. Instead of the single direct consequence, Roselle surprisingly proposed a partnership with Chuki. Says revelation about the absolute existence and power of the reincarnated individuals in the world set the stage for an unexpected turn. Shuki, taken aback by Roselle's eerie enthusiasm, learned that Roselle had been waiting for someone like her. Roselle unapologetically offered Shuki a chance to kill one of their fellow reincarnates, promising information, money, and personal in return. His revelation shocked Chuki, as he had not anticipated Roselle betraying her comrade. Accepting the offer as a pragmatic decision, Shuki agreed. However, her surprise deepened when Roselle discovered another lurking presence, the Black Knight, another reincarnated individual rarely seen. Roselle, ever the tease acknowledged the unexpected guest and engaged in a conversation with the Black Knight. Shuki, lost in her thoughts, realized the gravity of her identity as the reincarnate's prime target. The Black Knight's furious accusations confirmed Shuki's fears, and she understood that her life hung in the balance. Roselle, unfazed, seemed willing to hand Shuki over to the Black Knight, highlighting the unpredictability of the situation. As the tensions escalated, Shukyu found herself reluctantly entangled in yet another fight, unsure of the repercussions of her newfound status as the Reincarnate's greatest. In the aftermath of a tense exchange, Roselle found herself compelled to go with the flow, wary of arousing suspicion from the Black Knight who ominously advanced toward Shuki, sword clenched in hand. Shuki, paralyzed and unable to escape, could only pray for survival, resigned to endure whatever fate awaited her at the hands of the Black Knight. Both the Black Knight raised his sword to deliver a fatal blow. A surprising twist unfolded, Roselle unexpectedly interjected, asserting that Shuki was not the serial killer they sought. This revelation left both the Black Knight and Shuki dumbfounded, the latter astonished at Roselle's unexpected intervention to save her. Roselle went on to elaborate, contending that while Shuki had indeed infiltrated the church with intentions of revenge, her actions were personal and unrelated to the other mysterious case. Strengthen their argument. Rose emphasized that Shuk's position atop a globally recognized religion and naturally garnered her numerous enemies. Attempting to pacify the Black Knight, she assured him that this matter didn't concern him as a reincarnate. And yet, to dispel any lingering doubts, Roselle strategically cornered the Black Knight, appealing to the wavering trust he had in her. Convinced by Roselle's words, the Black Knight reluctantly lowered the sword, easing the tension. Seizing the opportunity, Roselle asked him to convey her regards to Sato, effectively facilitating his departure. One who was such a Roselle's motives became a source of speculation for Shuki, who questioned whether Roselle viewed Guild as a mere tool. Although Shuki had initially planned to assassinate Roselle that night, the events that transpired led her to reconsider. Grateful for Roselle's intervention during the Black Knight's confrontation, Shuki contemplated the utility in Roselle's eyes. The decision not to send a distress signal when facing the Black Knight now seemed vindicated. They said the duo replaced the scene on Lunatica, surprising Shuki. Lunatica not only added but also dispatched the Black Knight as Roselle and Lunatica exchanged words. Shuki wondered about their connection. Lunatica, displaying sheer excitement, hinted at camaraderie with Shuki, evoking suspicion from Roselle. Attempting to restrain Lunatica's erratic behavior. Roselle utilized a phrasing technique frustrated Lunatica demanded release, prompting Roselle to question the wisdom of maintaining an alliance with Shuki. Concerned about Lunatica's unpredictability, Roselle contemplated working alone. Yoshiko, however, interjected though, emphasizing Lunatica's continued roles. As the conversation unfolded, Lunatica sensed a presence behind her. The Black Knight had returned. In a shocking turn, the Black Knight cleaved Lunatica in two. Could the question Lindian's ability save her, or was this the demise of the great Demon King's daughter?